So today we're looking at the Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Sentry figure by Hasbro for their Marvel Legends series, of course. This is coming in the windowless packaging, and mine got a little bit of water damage. It seems like it's been raining every single day, everywhere in the entire planet. So it did get wet. So the box is a little banged up here. Here's the backside, showing what he comes with and the figure itself. So I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I was not excited for this figure at all because it just did not look good to me through the product images, through the prototypes and all that. But in hand, I am pleasantly surprised. I actually like the figure. It's a lot better than what I was expecting. For some reason, I don't know why the images just did not do this figure justice. I really wasn't a fan of that hair sculpt, the head sculpt. It's very stylized, okay? We got a little windswept action going on here, and I just felt like it just didn't look, something seemed off, right? It felt like it was like a wig, it looked like it was a woman, it just looked weird. But in person, I can see what they were going for. I think they really looked at this image right here and said, let's make a figure of that. And because it looks exactly like this image. So I can see what they were going for. And overall, it's a good figure. It's not a terrible figure by any means. And I think it might even be a slight upgrade over the previous release. We'll take a comparison because I do have that Sentry, and we'll figure out which one looks better. But this is, again, a Walgreens exclusive. Might be a little difficult to obtain, but I feel like they will put it up on the website. They do a better job stocking the website than they do stocking their own shelves. But this figure also comes with an alternate head sculpt, and it is his dark persona, his the evil within him. We have the void, so we can have this head sculpt on here. I'm not gonna rock this one, but I appreciate that it was included. This was appreciated because when were we gonna get the void? Either way, maybe we will one day get another whole figure of the void, but this is pretty cool. I like it. I mean, like I said, I won't rock it, but it's pretty cool that it is included in case one day I do want to rock it and display it, then I have it. But we got the teeth showing, the tongue is painted, the eyes are painted, everything. Got the translucent plastic here on the hair, half blonde, half flame on, looking like Ghost Rider over here. And then we get these hands, which I'm a little confused by. They're trigger finger hands, although he doesn't have guns, so I don't know why he has those. And they even have side hinges, showing that it's truly meant for holding a weapon, since it does have the side hinges. So these are included, but I don't feel like these were necessary, to be honest. They should have been a different pose, maybe an open hand completely. But they're here just in case you ever want him to grab something. We do have grabby hands here. Alright, so here is that head sculpt, and you can check that out and judge for yourself if you think it looks good or not. I think it's not as bad as I thought it was. That's what I think. It's not bad. It's good. I mean, it's not terrible. So I definitely would have maybe hoped for an alternate head sculpt where the hair is down. Just like how if the figure has a screaming head, I always believe that they should have an alternate head where the mouth is not screaming. So if the hair is windswept, I feel like there should be an alternate head where the hair is not windswept. But with that being said, it actually looks good. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I like it. So it is going to be definitely up to personal preference, but I think you need to give this figure a shot in hand to really appreciate it. Because sometimes promo images are just not good. I don't know why, but I can say that I do like this figure much more in hand than I ever did through images. And that head sculpt is pretty darn good. So really digging the paint job around the eyes themselves. Then we're going down to the torso. We got the S right there on the waist. Got some little yellow paint around it. And down to the boots here. Nothing much going down here. We got his little cape on the back side here that pegs in. Does it? No, it does not peg in. It just sits around his neck. It's not pegged in. I don't know why I thought it was, but it's not. It is permanently attached to him though, to the torso. And then here he is with the alternate head sculpt of the Void, in case you want to see the figure with this head sculpt to see how it looks like. There you go. Alright, I really do like how the arms go all the way down. You can calmly rest them at his side. They don't stick out, so that's nice. The head will go up a little bit. Of course, keep in mind the hair obviously will hinder it, so he won't look straight up, unfortunately. It is sitting on a ball jointed hinge. He looks down, he looks left and right. to a certain degree. Like I said, that looks awkward, that looks weird. I wouldn't necessarily pose him like that. So keep in mind the hair is kind of getting in the way there. So there's really no way around that. Arms are going to go all the way up. They go all the way down. They go in and out. We get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. They are pinned. We have swivel at the wrist with a hinge. We have an ab crunch at the torso. We have a waist swivel. This belt is a separate piece that moves around, so you can kind of see that warp around there. Legs are going to kick forward. Pretty high kick there. And then go back down. In and out about this far. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then we do get a boot cut shin swivel along with an ankle hinge and a rocker. So the new one stands at about 6 3/4 inches tall, while the old one stands about that high too. They're about the same height, give or take a little bit, and you can really see the differences here in yellow and costume and head sculpt and everything pretty much. The whole entire body mold is different, and you can pick and choose which one you prefer. I think the old one is nice for its time too, especially for its time. I think it was a 2015 release, and the new one is pretty good too. So these are two very different looking Sentries that both look good in their own right, in my opinion. Even the old one has a little bit of a windswept action there for the hair. It's like Hasbro just can't help themselves but to windsweep the hair. Alright, so I'm going to throw in a few figures that I recently reviewed and recently released, I guess. We have Fire Lord here from the Fantastic Four Retro Vintage carded line. Then we have him here next to War Machine from the Retro Vintage line of Iron Man. Here's a look at him next to the Japanese version of Spider-Man. And this one is not new or recently reviewed, but just to get something in here that makes a little bit more sense, we have Iron Patriot here, a little Dark Avengers vibe going on here. I won't get the whole team in. You can kind of get an idea of how he stands next to Iron Patriot. And I will wrap up the video here with a quick flying up pose, which does look pretty good, especially with the windswept hair. You can kind of get him looking up or maybe looking down a little. You just really got to play around with the angle of the head to really make that stylized hair or head sculpt look even better. So overall though, I'm pretty content with this release. I just really wish he did come with an alternate head sculpt at the very least to give us a separate option with the hair. And I mean a separate head sculpt for Sentry. I understand he does come with an alternate head sculpt for the Void, but another one for Sentry. Just a more calm head sculpt with the hair, looking normal and not windswept would have been pretty cool as an extra. But overall though, this is pretty dope. And I think a lot of people are actually going to end up liking it. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Would really like to know, especially if you have the figure in hand, what you really think after playing around with it. While you're down there, hit the like button, and also consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. As always, everyone, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.